Hi friends, my name is Nandita. I am from Andhra Pradesh.
Now let us discuss about complex permanent tissue. The complex permanent tissues are made up of more than one type of cells and these work as a unit. Complex tissues are heterogeneous. Complex tissues are absent in gametophytes. Complex tissues are of two types. One is xylem and second one is phloem. Xylem and phloem are together called as conducting tissues organized into vascular bundles. Let us discuss about xylem. The function of xylem is to conduct water and mineral salts upwards from the root to stems, leaves, and to give mechanical strength to the plant body. On the basis of origin, xylem is divided into primary xylem and secondary xylem. Primary xylem originates from procambium. On the basis of development, primary xylem is again divided into two types, protoxylem and metaxylem. Cells of protoxylem are small as compared to metaxylem. Secondary xylem originates from vascular cambium. Let us discuss the elements of xylem. The elements of xylems are tracheids, vessels of tracheae means dead elements, xylem fibers and xylem parenchyma which means a living element. Now let us discuss about tracheids. Tracheids are primitive conducting elements of xylem. Tracheids are unicellular and having narrow lumen. Tracheids join together from their ends to form long rows. These rows extending from the roots via stem to the leaves. A transverse septum lies between each two tracheids. Water moves from one tracheid to another tracheid through pits. Tracheids are dead and lignified cells. The deposition of lignin on cell wall is responsible to form a different types of thickening, means pits are lignified areas on lignified walls. Usually, bordered pits are present at the end walls of tracheids. The maximum bordered pits are found in the tracheids of gymnosperm plants. Maximum deposition of lignin is found in pitted type of thickening. Annular or spherical type of thickening of lignin is found in protoxylem. Reticulate and pitted type of thickening of lignin is found in metaxylem. Tracheids of pteridophytes have long or elongated bordered pits. Such type of pits are called scalariform pits. Vessels. It is an advanced conducting element of xylem. The basic structure of vessel is same as tracheids. Vessels are multicellular. They are also dead elements of xylem. The lumen of vessel is wider than tracheids and end walls is perforated. Transverse septum is absent between two vessel elements if present than porous. Those vessels are more capable for conducting of water than tracheids due to the presence of perforated end wall. Vessel work as a pipeline during conducting of water. Vessels containing usually simple pits as their lateral walls. Thickening type of walls is the same as tracheids. Vessels are only found in xylem of angiosperm, but exceptionally it is also present in some gymnosperms like ephedra, genitum, etc. Welwitschia, etc. Vessels are absent in some angiospermic plants such as Dracania, Yucca, Dazinaria, Rims, etc. These are some angiosperm families in which vessel-less angiosperms are included. Examples are Wintercaceae, Tetracentraceae and Trochodentraceae. Vessels are examples of dead site. Cell which is formed by fusion of cell is called syncytite. Xylem fibers. These are also dead parts of xylem. Xylem fibers provide strength to the tracheids and vessels. Mainly these fibers provide strength to the vessels. They are present more abundant in secondary xylem. Now let us discuss about xylem parenchyma. Only xylem parenchyma is a living cell of xylem. Its cell wall is made up of cellulose. It stores starch, fats, and tannin, etc. The radial conduction of water is a function of xylem parenchyma. It conducts water to peripheral part of plant organ. This walls poses pits. Now let us discuss about phloem. Phloem is also called bast or leptome. The main function of the phloem is to conduct food material usually from the leaf to other parts of the plant, like example storage organ or growing region. On the basis of origin, phloem is classified into two categories. One is primary and one is secondary phloem. Primary phloem originate from procambium and secondary phloem originate from vascular cambium. On the basis of development, primary phloem is categorized into protophyllum phloem and metaphyllum. The protophyllum has narrow sieve tubes, whereas metaphyllum has bigger sieve tubes. Phloem remains active for less duration as compared to xylem. Phloem consists of four types of cells. Those are sieve elements, companion cells, phloem parenchyma, and phloem fibers. Now let us discuss about sieve elements. Sieve elements was discovered by Hartig. Sieve elements include sieve cells and sieve tubes. Sieve cells or sieve tube elements are living and thin-walled. A matured sieve cell, sieve tube element lack nucleus, thus there are nucleated living cells. Central vacuole is present in each sieve cell, sieve tube element. Cytoplasm of sieve cells or sieve tube elements show cyclolysis in the form of thin layer around the vacuole. In angiosperm plants, sieve tube elements are arranged with their ends and form sieve tube. Sieve plate is present between two sieve tube elements at their end wall. It is porous. Materials are transported through this porous. Example, collage B13-glucan deposited on the radius of porous during dropping season of leaves to form a thicker layer. This is called callus pad. Sieve plate is protected by callus pad. It is also prevented from bacterial infection and drought. Callus dissolves during spring season. In angiosperms and petridiophytes, sieve cells do not perform sieve tube and arranged irregularly. Sieve cells have sieve plates on their lateral walls, thus conduction of food takes place in zigzag manner. In angiosperms, food production is erected and efficient. Food conduction is bidirectional in sieve tube. In sieve tube, oblique transverse perforated septa are present on their end wall. Sieve tube is an example of living sink site. Companion cells. The companion cells are thin-walled living cell with a large nucleus, and this nucleus also controls the cytoplasm of sieve tube element. Companion cells are only found in angiosperms. Astrobalia is an angiosperm plant, but companion cells are absent. The sieve tube elements and companion cells are connected by pith fields present in their longitudinal walls, which is common wall for both. With the death of one other cell also die. A companion cell is lateral associated with sieve tube element in angiosperm plants. Sieve tube elements and companion cells originated together. Both of them originates from a single mother cell, so called as sister cells. Companion cells and sieve tube elements maintain close cytoplasmic connections with each other through plasmodesmata. A special type of cells are attached within the sieve cells in angiosperms and petridiophytes in place of companion cells. The cells are called albuminous cells or Strasburger cell. The albuminous cells in coniferous are analogous to companion cells of angiosperm. They are modified phloem parenchyma cells. The companion cells play an important role in the maintenance of a pressure gradient in the sieve tube. In phloem of petridiophytes and gymnosperm, sperm, sieve cells are present which are comparable to the tracheids. Now let us discuss about phloem fibers. The phloem fibers may be living or non-living. Living phloem fibers are usually useful for storage of food material, while non-living fibers provide mechanical support to the conducting elements. The main function of these fibers are providing mechanical support and can be used in making ropes, thick cloths and mats. And this can be used in making ropes, thick cloths and mats. Now let us discuss about phloem parenchyma. The phloem parenchyma, also known as bast parenchyma, its cells are living and thin-walled. It stores various material, example resin, latex, mucilage, etc. The main function of phloem parenchyma is conduction of food in radial direction and storage of food. Phloem parenchyma is absent in stems of monocotyledon plants. Phloem parenchyma is absent in the stems of even dicot family, example Talictrum.